Hey, I am back. I have just done quite a bit of grinding, and to be able to get this mental cobweb, because I need it before I start the next level, which is going to be fun. We're about to start, actually, my absolute favorite level of Psychonauts. Ooh, it's dark in here. And while I was grinding, I learned telekinesis.
Take a look. Whoa, that's my last cobweb duster. Take that into someone's mind with you. You can clean up. Excellent choice. What else can I do you for?
That's it for now.
Alright, go get more airheads and...
Alright, so I've got that. Now I've got to head down the other side of the lake, which means I probably should go to the lake first. But, oh, psychic cougars. Like his cabin. Okay. So... These cougars. Mountain lions. Is there a difference between cougar and mountain lion? I don't know. Cougar's another word for panther, right?
Bobby! Uh-oh. Look, I can explain. TV. Jeez, sounds like you caught a bad cold.
Maybe. But listen! I traced the psychic interference back to Coach Oleander's radio. He's been broadcasting his insane plots all over camp in his sleep.
So he's really kidnapping children and stealing their brains to make weapons.
Yes! Isn't that great?
What? How is that great?
Because this is an honest-to-goodness psychic emergency.
Sasha's not here. He left on some official Psychonauts business.
Mia left a note saying the same thing.
Is it Mia or Milla?
A deranged man is building an army of psychic death tanks to take over the world, and there's no one who can stop him except for you and me.
Maybe Raz is the only one that calls her Milla.
What?
Because Lily just definitely
I'm
called her
so
Mia.
Excited. Since you showed up, Raz, things are so much more exciting. Sinister death plots, mad scientists, hideous monsters.
Make out?
How long have I ignored what this camp had to offer? Everything's new to me now thanks to you. I mean, look at this flower.
You mean like kiss?
How many years have I been coming here and I've never even noticed a cool flower like this before? You didn't just hit my boyfriend!
Well?
Lily!
Let's get him!
I can't swim.
Well, then use the bathysphere at the end of the dock. Quick! While the flipper prints are still glowing.
Are you coming? I don't know how to drive that thing.
I can't. I have to, check on the other children. Yes. If the brains are out, they'll need supervision. And possibly refrigeration. And how can you not know how to operate a bathysphere? Haven't you ever been to summer camp before? Now get a move on before that girl gets overly digested.
So much faster to get around with the Cyball now. What is a bathysphere? We'll find out. Oh, I'm going after the lungfish. Forgot how long the lungfish takes, so this is probably going to be the rest of the episode. We're probably not going to start my favorite level until next episode. But we're going to have some fun underwater times with Rasputin. I had a character named Rasputin that was also afraid of water. You'll find that pretty much any any fictional character named Rasputin is gonna be scared of water. And that's because the real Rasputin, which was some crazy guy in
Still
Russia.
glowing. This must be where he brought Lily.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was talking about Rasputin, who was a crazy guy from Russia. He was supposed to be like a holy healer, I believe. He was gonna heal the Tsar's son. In the meantime, he was getting a little too cozy with the Tsar, or the King of Russia's wife. And so the King of Russia was unhappy with him, but he was, healing his sick son. However, Rasputin was also, like, absolutely nuts, and I forgot what exactly he's, like, done, but he was absolutely crazy. So eventually the Tsar and several other people just decided this guy needed to be dead. And, I don't remember all the stuff. They poisoned him, and he lived through that. I think he's been stabbed multiple times, and he survives that. And the way that they finally got him, the way that finally killed Rasputin,
Okay.
is I believe they shot him multiple times, had to tie him to something, and then threw him into a lake. And when they retrieved the body, he hadn't died from being shot. He had died from drowning. And so that's why a lot of crazy people in fiction are named Rasputin and are scared of water. So there's some trivia for you today, some Russian history. And now I'm fighting a gigantic lungfish. This is now a history podcast.
Can't get a good grip.
Are some nails. There we are. Alright, now we're moving. It can be kind of hard to tell what's going on while this is happening. There's some other fun history of trivia. One of these days I just like, if I ever have just some money and time to spare, I'll go and take a college course on Russian history if they even offer that. Because the thing is, when I took European history, they didn't teach really Russian history there, because it's kinda Asian. And taking world history, they didn't really teach much of Russia, because Russia is also technically European, and they typically don't touch that much in European history and world history, because they teach that in European history here in the US. I've already told you all the story about me learning Russian on Duolingo, right? Papa éteignait ma monture. It's been probably a month since I've taken Duolingo, and I still recall the one sentence. Which I'll give Duolingo this. I took Spanish for 5 years, and I still would not be able to make like a full sentence for you, other than like, I am good. But with Duolingo I was able to say a full sentence within only like 2 days. I don't know if that's a sign of how good Duolingo is, or how bad public education is on foreign language, or both. My Spanish teacher now, though, that I'm in college, I love her, she's great. I don't know. It's hard to understand what she's saying, but she's so nice that I feel like I have to do good in the class or I'll disappoint her, and I don't want to disappoint her because she's so nice. Ooh, I'm about to get outside the ring. Ah, get off. Oh, diving helmet. Oh, I see. You're the guy I was seeing in my dream. I'm gonna talk about Alexander Hamilton for a bit. Here's another fun history story. So Alexander Hamilton famously died in he's done doing what he was doing. Famously died in a duel, and in this duel he is going against I'm sorry, I forgot his name. Something Burr. Was it Aaron Burr? Yeah, it was Aaron Burr. And Alexander Hamilton has famously died in this duel, and there's like a lot of jokes like, oh, Burr killed Hamilton and stuff. But here's the kicker. Duels back then, like, they're not quite like what you see on TV with like cowboys and stuff. You know, at high noon they just fire at each other and they're aiming to kill. Duels were actually considered like you weren't supposed to actually hit the other person. It was considered playing dirty if you aimed to kill or even to hit. Which is what made when Andrew Jackson did it, a president famous for killing people via duel during his presidency. It was considered like so strange. And so Alexander Hamilton comes into his duel talking about how much he doesn't like duels. And his, I think, son-in-law had died in a duel previously, which is why he was saying he doesn't like them. And he even used the same pistol that his son-in-law had used. And when it, you know, they actually came to duel, Alexander Hamilton did not fire first. He got shot. I mean, like, depending on who you ask, it's a different story because everybody kind of recounted the story different in their little diaries. But what historians believe most likely happened, Aaron Burr shot first, just because he drew his gun faster, and Alexander Hamilton fired immediately afterwards, but because he was like recoiling from getting hit with a bullet, he ended up just firing into the air. But now here's the real kicker. You know, he died about an hour later from getting shot, and Aaron Burr was like recounted like once he realized he had accidentally hit Alexander Hamilton, he immediately dropped his gun and tried to rush to his aid and had to be held back because he was getting in the way of the actual first responders. I didn't quite get him. I gotta get him to these clams. I think if I stand directly behind him, yeah. And then, like, you know, afterwards when they were looking at his gun, they found that Alexander Hamilton's pistol had been modified to fire easier, so that way he would fire first in the duel, which means he was probably aiming to hurt or kill Aaron Burr, which again, you're not supposed to actually do that in the duel, and he was just so slow at pulling out his gun that even with the modified pistol, Aaron Burr had managed to hit him in first and accidentally killed him. So basically, the short end of that story that took me like 5 minutes to tell is Aaron Burr Alexander Hamilton came into that duel meaning to kill Aaron Burr and ended up getting killed by Aaron Burr. And I think that's great.
An implant in its brain to make it do his evil bidding.
Whoa. Poor little thing.
Yeah, go inside there and try to smash the implant. Use the psycho portal I saw you steal from Sasha's lab.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, so I'm several episodes away from doing my favorite.
Monster. That thing's more afraid of you than you are of it. Now get in there.
Actually, a couple episodes away from doing my favorite level. Alright, but in the next one we're gonna do the lungfish level. Ciao.